Dawson. Check. Check. We're good. Sorry for the technical difficulties as we were having some problems with the mic. As here's DBU in the corner, number 20 for DBU. That is Perez. As the puck comes all the way out, here's a race for Bailey and number 15 for DBU. He'll find his man, number 23. That is Bratton. And a whistle, and McLeod gets hit after the whistle. And I believe Wright Perry is going to the box, as it is a 2-minute tripping call. And Dallas Baptist will have a power play with 18:31 in the first, as it's been back and forth so far. And we'll have Eaton, Venable, and Demirs out there as DBU wins it back. There's number 14 for DBU, Hill. Hill will wait, hold, find his man. Hill again, waits behind Hinchy. As Demirs is there, he'll find Kruger. Kruger tries to ice it down, and that is almost kept in by number 25, Bratton. Here's a foot race for Ian. Ian on the breakaway. Ian makes a move, scores! Eric Eaton with a backhand top shelf goal on Miller. And it's a 1-0 hockey game on a shorthanded goal by Eric Eaton. What a foot race goal by the Magic Man, Eric Eaton, who had the OT goal in the last game that UNT played against the Arizona State Bobcats. And he gets another on the board tonight, as that is a shorthanded goal on the Wright Perry penalty. And the Mean Green start off with a lead early in the first period, as that is a shot by DBU, and Hinchy will glove that down. And we'll have Snetsinger on the draw. He'll win it back to Kruger. Kruger will just hit off the boards and ice it down to kill off the remaining power play, as they've done a good job at icing it down and getting a goal on the score sheet. As here's number 5, Blakey, who will dump that down, and Kruger's there. Wins the battle, but still battling for it in the far corner. As here's number 17, Fortner. He'll find his man of Bratton. Finds Miller. Miller can't get a shot off as that's blocked by Stetzinger, and Bratton will calm it down with pressure from Bailey. Good effort by him trying to kill off the clock. As here's Fortner. Fortner with speed. Tries to calm it down. Stops. And he'll try to find his man and wait and hold, as here's number 20 for DBU. As that's a great play by Brant Reed to get it out. Here's Rutledge. Maybe a 2-on-1 forming for the Mean Green. Reese Rutledge. He finds Lafferty, but that's picked off by DBU as Rutledge gets hit off the play, as he's still with it, as there's 15 seconds left in the Wright Perry penalty, and we'll see what they can do. As number 20 up, Perez will send it along the corner, as Reed's there, but Lafferty will ice it down, and 5-on-5 for both teams as Wright Perry goes back to his bench, and I believe that's either an icing for the Mean Green, so we'll have a face-off back in the Mean Green defensive zone with Rutledge's line out there, Lafferty and Reed, as on the draw is Rutledge. As 2 weeks ago, your Mean Green had a 1-game series on Friday of January 14th against the Arizona State Sun Devils. It was all North Texas in that game, as Eric Ian finished it off with a late overtime goal from a great feed from Lucas Snetzinger. Here's a shot by Dallas Baptist, but Hinchy is there on the chest save, as that was by number 13, Beckett. Got a little quick snapshot in the top of the middle of the circles, as we'll have another face-off for both squads. And looks like the Mean Green need another player out there to make it 5-on-5, as Cunningham will come out and fill his spot and take the draw for North Texas, as DBU wins the draw, goes back to the defenseman as another shot on Hinchy, as here is number 13 Beckett trying to find his man, as it's picked off by Cunningham, and Wright parries there to possibly ice it down, but it's kept in by Garcia down low. Garcia waits, tries to find his man of number 25 Bratton, as here's Cunningham with pressure. Can't get all of it, and Bratton will send it down, and they'll get a pressure on it as McLeod will find his man of Wright Perry, who tries to just chip it out to find Amirs, but can't get all of it, as Bratton's there for the Patriots. As here is number 21 for DBU, Perez, trying to find his man of Beckett. And Mean Green still having trouble getting it out. They finally do, but it might be all the way down for an icing call. It, believe, is, as Demir's couldn't win the foot race, and we'll be having a face-off all the way back on the Mean Green defensive zone right in front of Hinchy. As we will see what North Texas has in their game plan tonight, as both teams played each other late in October in a 2-game series. So the first game, the Patriots caught a pretty solid 9-1 victory against North Texas, and then followed it up with a 12-2 victory the next game. Although this is a new team that it once was in October, with new fresh jerseys and a squad that has had its ups and downs all season, but has managed to win crucial games at crucial times. And we'll see what they actually have on display tonight, as they have a 1-0 lead from the early Eric Eaton goal, as it's been pretty even since then, with DBU having several chances on Gabriel Hinchy, who is the new goalie for North Texas, as Stetzinger will glove it down and try to send it all the way down, but Miller is there to block it down. Here's Stetzinger again. Stetzinger makes a move around Miller, still has possession of it, but in the corner behind the net, battling for it, as Demir's trying to get it back. Here's Kruger. Kruger finds cross ice to Eaton. Ian waits, holds, finds Demir's. Demir's trying to get a shot off, but gets tripped up. No penalty on the play, as Ian trying to save that before it goes all the way back in the neutral zone. Here's number 21, Perez, who will ice it down and get a line change, as Reed and Kruger will place them back and forth. They'll wait for their guys to get open, as Kruger's trying to find a Ian on a breakaway, as his early goal was a breakaway. Here's the new guy, Colty. Colty with a shot. That's a pad save by Miller. As here's Venable with it. Venable trying to do a DDD pass, but almost got in his own net. Hinchy didn't even see it. As another tip from DBU, trying to keep it in, as Bratton will calm it down. Finds his partner, as here is Bailey. Canavan down low. And it comes all the way down to Lars McLeod, who will try to find his man of Calandra. And a possible offsides call delayed, as Calandra finds Bailey. Clark Bailey gets hit off by number 14, Austin Hill on DBU, as this has been a physical game for both squads. And I believe there is a penalty on DBU. Number 20 for DBU, as we don't have a name for that player, but number 24 DBU is going in the box. And a 2-minute power play for North Texas, as Stetzinger, Demirs, and Ian are out there as the normal power play unit for the Mean Green, with Kruger and Reed on the point. See if they can make this a 2-zip hockey game, as Snetsinger will try to win the draw. Demers is there to calm down. Finds Kruger. Kruger with a shot. And Eaton right in front of Miller trying to find that tip, possible 5-hole. But Miller stops that with ease, and we'll have a offensive face-off. Run it back for Snetsinger as he loses the draw, and DBU tries to send it down, but it squeaks by back in the neutral zone as Reed and Kruger will D-to-D and set it up as Demers with pressure. Tries to keep it on sides, finds Eaton. And Reed keeps him with his glove, but the referee calls it offsides, as I think it was barely behind the blue line, and we'll have another face-off right outside the neutral zone. As Beckett and Snetsinger will face off. Beckett wins it back, but here comes number 7, Hunter Miller for DBU. Makes a move around Reed, sells possession of it. Miller with a shot on Hinchy, but he was there on the follow-up save as Reed dishes it off to Kruger. Kruger will wheel it up. Has 1:20 left on the DBU penalty as Demers gets it back to Reed, but can't keep it on the way. Foot race as Hinchy comes all the way out. As Stetzinger with speed, he'll find Eric Eaton. Eaton trying to find Stetzinger out front, but is a little far in front of him as Kruger's there. Kruger with a shot. Goes a little bit left of Miller, and Reed will glove it down, but Eaton has possession of it. Eaton finds Stetzinger. Stetzinger with a shot, and a save by Miller with a great feed from Eric Eaton using his vision. As here's Demers. Demers waits, holds, trying to find Eaton, but it was a little bit far behind him as Eric Eaton will calm it down in the corner. Finds Kruger. Kruger fires it, and a save by Miller as Joey Demers trying to find that rebound follow-up with 30 seconds left in the DBU penalty. As Eric Eaton leads the team in points so far with 26 goals and 19 assists this season with 45 points overall, as that puck goes out of play and will run it back in the same spot. And Joey Demers not far behind him with 22 goals, 19 assists with 41 points, and Lucas Snetsinger with 28 points, as that whole line has been offensive all season. Here's DBU. They take a shot on Hinchy on the follow-up. Hinchy with a glove save right there as Lafferty trying to calm it down. Gets it all the way back. DBU will calm it down. And another save by Hinchy on a blocker save. As Calandra with a hit on his man. They battle along. His helmet comes off. And that was Ledbetter and Calandra, as I believe both are going to go to the box. And this will be either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, as Lafferty will try to discuss this with the official, as I believe that's an elbowing call on one of them, along with a retaliation on the other, as both go to the box. The referee will try to explain to Lafferty and Wright Perry about the situation, as this has been a physical game so far for both squads, with many hits in the neutral zone and down low, as we expected this, as both teams have played earlier in the season, and UNT doesn't want to lose 2 again, as they are fighting with everything they got so far. And the referee will talk to them and see what the numbers are on the ice, as both teams play tomorrow on Friday, same spot, Star Center Valley Ranch at 8:45 at a start time. So we'll see both these squads face off tomorrow night and see what they have in store, as well as on Sunday night, your North Texas Mean Green will play at 10:30 a.m. against the SMU Mustangs. who we have not played yet this season, and that is at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center in Allen. So a 3-game series for North Texas this weekend after having last weekend off and the previous weekend only having a 1-game series against the Arizona State Bobcats with a great 4-3 OT finish on that one, as Dallas Baptist will win it back. Here's Bratton with a shot. That's blocked by Rutledge, and that comes all the way back to Canavan. Canavan will give it back to Bratton. Bratton with speed. He'll send it deep as it goes back to Canavan. Canavan trying to find out front his man, but that's blocked by Rutledge. Rutledge trying to find Snetsinger, but a little bit of miscommunication there as McLeod and Wright Perry will set it up for Mean Green. Snetsinger's there, a little flip and a chip, but that's blocked down by Beckett as McLeod and Wright Perry will start up again as Snetsinger chips that all the way down. As Canavan with speed will stop and start and wheels it up for the Patriots. Here's Canavan. He'll chip it all the way down, and Kruger's there, just sending it all the way down. Here's Beckett. Beckett with a shot. Tip out score. Dallas Baptist with a chip out front from a shot from Christian Beckett and a tip from number 25, John Canavan, which makes this a 1-1 hockey game and a 4-on-4 goal with 9:49 left in the first period, as that goal barely squeaked by on the great tip from Canavan and makes this a tied hockey game. As we'll have Snetsinger out there with Bailey with 1 minute left on the 4-on-4, and we'll see if the momentum has shifted or if it stayed the same for both squads, if they've both had their legs this game. As here is Snetsinger. Snetsinger will wait and hold, trying to find Bailey cross ice, but can't seem to find it. As there's Garcia trying to find Beckett. Here comes number 9 for DBU, trying to find his man, but Snetsinger's there. Fights off with Beckett. Here's Bailey. Bailey with speed, possible 2-on-1 for him. Bailey with a move, but that's poke checked in the corner, as behind the goal line is Snetsinger and Bailey battling for it. As here is, I believe, Austin Garcia with speed. Garcia with a shot. Hits the side of the net of Hinchy out front, as the Eric Eaton is there, but the net comes off its moorings, and we'll have a face-off, but the referee is discussing something with the head coach for North Texas, David Heaps. And we'll still have 4-on-4 hockey with a far defensive zone draw for Mean Green, as Kruger will hit it off the glass, trying to find Demers with speed. He gets hit off by number 15 for DBU. As out front is Ian. Ian with a shot. Quick save by Miller, as that was a great feed from Demers, as Reed's there. Reed finds Ian down low. Ian with patience finds Demers. Demers out front, but can't seem to find the net, as that went a little bit wide of Miller, as Kruger fights off a hit from Austin Hill, as Lamb down low, trying to chip it out, but Hill's there. As Reed and Kruger communicating, trying to get the puck out. Kruger finally settles it down, but sends it back to his partner, Brant Reed, who has time and space. He'll sauce it all the way down to Eaton. Eaton with speed, but can't seem to find possession of the puck, as here's Austin Hill. Austin Hill with a shot. And a chest save for Hinchy, as that is 10 shots apiece for both squads, as it's been an offensive and defensive game on both sides of the ice, as both teams have had goals on the board. Eric Eaton earlier in the first, and John Canavan in the last 5 minutes, as here's Canavan sending it all the way down. Another shot by Canavan, trying to get the second on the board. It scores! Dallas Baptist with another goal. That is number 23 for DBU. And that makes that a 2-1 lead for the Patriots. That was a great feed from Canavan, who sent it down, and number 23 for DBU is we don't have a name for that player, but makes that a 2-1 game with 7:43 left in the first period. As we'll see what the Mean Green can respond with as Rutledge ties up the draw, but wins it back to McLeod. McLeod will just chip it all the way down. McLeod again, cross ice, as Garcia is there with time. He'll chip it up the boards, and Wright Perry slaps it all the way down. But a easy blocker for Miller as Canavan and Garcia do a little back and forth action. Canavan will send it all the way deep as Wright Perry's there, but with speed is number 20 for DBU. As that hit off the shoulder of Hinchy and goes out of play. The Patriots with a few chances in the last 7 or 8 minutes, but Hinchy's been pretty solid. As we'll have a draw hooker out there along with Cunningham. As here's Kruger. He'll find Cunningham. Cunningham will just flip it deep, trying to find speed with it as he's going with a battle with Miller down low. As Kruger gets hit off by Hill. And the puck comes out all the way back into the Mean Green defensive zone as here's Venable. Venable will just off the boards as he had pressure. As here's number 23, Colty, who is new for the North Texas Mean Green. And the referee will make a whistle as I believe the door on the boards wasn't all the way shut. And we'll have a face-off on the far defensive zone. As Snetsinger's line is out there with Eric Eaton, along with Demers. We'll see if they can produce any kind of offense as the 3 leading scores for the North Texas Mean Green. As last game against the Arizona State Bobcats, Snetsinger had a pair of assists along with Ian having a few goals and Demers having a pair of his own. As here's Demers with speed, one-on-one against Canavan. Demers will stop and start, but has pressure as Snetsinger tries to help him out down low. As here's Miller battling with it, as DBU will just send it to the neutral zone, and it comes all the way down for Canavan. He has time and space and will find Miller. Miller will lead it up and try to find his man. As here's Hill with a shot. Another rebound on Hinchy, but he'll glove that down, and no extra activity out there as Kruger and Hill pat each other on the head. As Snetsinger on the draw, he'll win it back, but can't get all of it to get it deep as Kruger's there to help him out as it's kept in by Miller. Here's Hill. He'll try to find his man. Back to Hill, but that's picked off by Kruger. Stephen Kruger will chip it down. The Magic Man, Eric Ian, who has a lone goal for the Mean Green with speed, will wheel it up. Trying to find his man. Eric Ian out front for Snetsinger, but there's a lot of people out front. Snetsinger couldn't get all of it. Snetsinger again with a shot. And that's a quick little save by Miller. As Mean Green trying to do all they can to keep it in, but it finally comes out as Canavan will get it out for DBU. McLeod flips it up, but it's sent all the way down by Beckett. And Kruger and McLeod will start it up for North Texas. Trying to find Ian, but that is sent all the way down for an icing call, and all players will have to stay on the ice for North Texas. As 5:01 left in the first period. If you're just joining us, it's been a very two-sided game on both teams having goals on the board, but DBU with the last goal. As Kruger will flip it up, but hits the net and goes out of play. As he had a little bit of pressure on him with two guys covering him. And we'll have a face-off on the near face-off dot in the mean green defensive zone. With the new guy, Calandra, facing off with number 5, Blakey for DBU. As here's another shot on Hinchy, number 6, Ledbetter, trying to squeeze a little goal between the armpit of Gabriel Hinchy. DBU doing a good job on having players down low and trying to squeak goals by, but Hinchy doing a good job at having a big body out front. Looks a lot like Ben Bishop out there with his tall statue. As here's number 5 for Dallas Baptist. Another shot by Ledbetter, but Hinchy's out front. Hinchy will try to go down with all of it, and the referee will blow it down. As we'll have a face-off back in the mean green defensive zone. As Calandra will lose it. As DBU with the shot. As down low is number 20 for DBU. He stops and starts trying to find something out front in front of Hinchy. Another shot by Garcia, but that's hit down by Hinchy. And we'll have another far-sided face-off. As another shot by DBU. Here's Rutledge battling for it. Comes back to Damon, but he can't get all of it. Another shot. As here's Rutledge down deep with number 20 for DBU. They battle along as Rutledge trying to help his partner of Lamb as Reed's there. Reed will find Damon. Damon can't get all of it out, but here's Miller. Miller with speed finds his man, and DBU will start it out. As here's number 23 for DBU, but it'll be an offsides. There's a little bit of miscommunication there between Dallas Baptist. And we'll have a face-off right outside of the mean green defensive zone. With Stetzinger, Demers, and Eaton out there. Stetzinger trying to win it back, but Eaton gives it back to DBU as here's Canavan. Canavan will dump it deep, and Reed's there. Canavan down low, trying to find an open Austin Hill, but can't seem to find all of it as Miller sends that all the way down. As Reed is there, Reed flies it up, but no one is there as Canavan will just dump it all the way down. Ian's there again, trying to find Demers. Possible 2-on-1 forming with Canavan on the follow-up, but Ian couldn't get all of it as here's Hill. Hill with speed. Gives it back to his man, number 13 for DBU. As Mean Green's still trying to get it out as Kruger's there. He'll sauce it forward for Stetzinger in the middle of the ice as Canavan will slow it down for DBU with 2:43 left in the first period. Canavan with an assist on the last goal for DBU, who's been out there for a majority of the time in this period. As here's number 13 for the Patriots. We'll send it down. Kruger's there on the puck, but it comes out of play, and we'll have wholesale line changes for both teams with Cunningham's line out there with Hooker. And face-off will be right in front of the Mean Green bench, as Dallas Baptist this season is 7-9-3, as they've had plenty of wins, but as well as quite a bit of losses. And they are on a current 1-win streak, as comes all the way back to Wright Perry, who will chip it out. Number 24, Bratton, makes a move around Cunningham. Bratton with speed. Bratton takes a shot. Wright Perry's there on the block. As Bratton again out front, trying to find something in front of Hinchy. As Perez gets hit off by McLeod. There's Ledbetter, trying to find his man, number 5 for DBU, Blakey. As down low, Ledbetter gets fought off by Hooker. Blakey's there to help him out. Ledbetter and Blakey out there with Hooker and Cunningham in the near corner. Blakey comes out on top of it. Blakey with a move. Takes a shot on Hinchy, but comes out all the way down to Brown. Brown with a shot, trying to find a tip out front. But Wright Perry just sends it all the way down, but it's kept in by number 16, Garcia for DBU. Another shot by Bratton, but that's blocked by Hooker, and it finally comes out as the Mean Green will have a quick change, and here comes Garcia with speed. He'll wait and hold. Garcia with a shot, and hits Hinchy, but still has possession of it, as Wright Perry with pressure will send it all the way back to Bailey, but here's Fortner. Fortner with a move, trying to have something on Hinchy, but makes a little move, but can't get all of it. Goes all the way back to Canavan. Canavan with a shot. Goes back to number 20 for DBU, hits the post, and the net comes off its moorings as Hinchy on the great save as that puck hit off the far post. But luckily the referee called a whistle on the net coming off, as DBU home is 5-6-1 this season. As for away games, they are 2-3-2. As for conference games, they are 1-3-1. So a solid season for the Patriots so far. But we'll see what they can do tonight, as the Mean Green have pressured them so far, but they have another goal on the board, as number 20 for DBU with patience, no one on him, as McLeod finally steps up on him. Gets hit off, but still has possession. And another hit down low behind the corner. As here's Calandra. He'll dodge a hit, but his knee, it's a little bit of knee-on-knee action, and I believe the referee is going to call a call, as he was trying to chip the puck out, and David Heaps, the head coach for the Mean Green, upset about that call, as Bailey is going to the box along with number 15 for DBU. We don't have a name for number 15, but he's going to the box. Is Calandra, Dominic Calandra, a new player for North Texas, gets sent off after a knee-on-knee hit. And we'll see what the penalties are, as Bailey is talking a little bit. Lafferty trying to calm him down. And we'll see what is going on with only 14.9 seconds left in the first period, as I don't believe we know the penalty for Bailey. Maybe a little bit extracurricular activity after the draw. And Eaton talking with Demers, trying to figure something out, as we'll see if this is a 4-on-4 for both squads or a 5-on-4, as it is a 5-minute penalty for number 15 for the Patriots. So a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes on the Bailey penalty, and then a remaining power play for the Mean Green, as it is very late in the first, but we'll see what both squads will do with it. As Calandra got sent off and is in pain after that knee on knee as the Patriots will win it back. Here's Miller. Miller ices it all the way down, and Demers and Kruger will communicate with only 5 seconds left. Try not to do anything too crazy as Kruger sauces it all the way down, and the buzzer will sound, and both teams will head off to their benches, as this was a back and forth type of game with a lot of penalties and different activity, as it is a 2-1 Patriots lead, as Eric Eaton got on the board early with a breakaway goal and 2 DBU goals on the follow-up. But we'll see what the UNT Mean Green and DBU Patriots can do in the second period, as the momentum is a little bit shifted now, since it is some 4-on-4 for a little bit and then a 5-on-4 for the remaining time on the 5-minute penalty for number 15 for the Patriots, along with the 2-minute call on Clark Bailey. So we'll see what both squads can put on display in the second period, as this is UNT Hockey on YouTube. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the UNT Mean Green and Dallas Baptist Patriots as it's a 2-1 hockey game going into the second period as we'll start off the second on some 4-on-4 after a slashing penalty on Bailey and a penalty on number 15 for DBU Jackson Miller after a knee on the new guy, number 21 Kalantra for the Mean Green as here's number 7 Miller starting it up for the Patriots. He has speed, but will dump it all the way down as McLeod's there. He gets hit off by Smith as Canavan keeps it in and comes all the way back to Kalandra. Kalandra with speed will chip it down, and Miller's there along with Canavan. Canavan will win the foot race, and he'll wheel it up for the Patriots. He'll dish it off to Smith. Smith trying to make a move, tries to get a shot off Hinchy, but unsuccessful as he goes down behind the goal line, and it comes all the way back to Wright Perry in front of the goal as a whistle is drawn, and we'll have a face-off as 57 seconds left in the Bailey penalty. As early in the first, Eric Eaton got on the board for North Texas. As after that, DBU got 2 goals back-to-back as number 23 Hamilton got one for the Patriots along with Canavan. And we'll see if the momentum has shifted for both teams or if who's going to be the more offensive team this period. As here's Hamilton with a shot. It almost comes all the way out as Garcia's there on the follow-up. Hill will find Beavers. Beavers with a shot. And Lafferty trying to get it out. Back to Bratton. Bratton will try to get a shot, but Wright Perry's there to settle it down, and Lafferty chips it all the way out. And Davenlew's trying to put some pressure on Hill, but here comes Beckett. Beckett with speed on Kruger. Beckett with a shot. And it was a slow roller to Hinchy, but Hamilton trying to get a little rebound on that. But Hinchy makes another save as 22 shots from the Patriots, along with 12 shots for your Mean Green. As we'll have Ian's line out there right now, along with Demers and Reed and Kruger out there on the points, as Reed will give and go with Kruger. They'll find Ian cross ice, but it goes all the way down, and an icing will be called by the official as Canavan will touch up. And we'll have a 5-on-4, I believe, after that 5-minute major from Jackson Miller. So we'll see what the Mean Green can do with a 3-minute power play as Kruger and Reed will settle it down behind Hinchy. Reed will wheel it up. He'll find Ian. Ian with speed, trying to get around his man, but gets tripped up, but goes back to Reed. Reed on the point, trying to find Demers, but Ian's down on the ice as Miller trying to make a move around him. Ian's still down as UNT's trying to still get possession as Demers finds Snetsinger. Snetsinger to Ian. Back to Kruger. Kruger with a shot. Pad save by DBU. Snetsinger almost on the follow-up shot. It's back to Demers. Demers trying to find Ian out front. Ian gets hooked up, but there's no call on the play as there was an open net in front of Miller. Now a penalty is called by the official, and it's a tripping call called on the Patriots as Hunter Miller will go to the box, as there should have been possibly a few other calls before that, as Eaton had a open net but got tied up with a Dallas Baptist player. But there will be a 5-on-3, I believe a 5-on-3 power play for North Texas, and a long one, as it's a basically 2-minute each power play, as Reed can't keep that in, and they'll settle it down as they have plenty of time to organize things. As Reed finds Snetsinger, tape to tape. Snetsinger down low for Demers. Back to Snetsinger. Little give and go. Demers and Snetsinger. Snetsinger out front to Hinchey. Scored! Lucas Snetsinger with a 5-hole goal on Miller. After a give and go between him and Demers, and makes that a 2-2 hockey game with 17:05 in the first. Some give and go action from Demers and Snetsinger, which we have seen plenty of times. And it's a tied hockey game. As Rutledge is out there with Bailey and Lafferty, seeing if they can possibly get another one on the board after the backhand 5-hole goal by Snetsinger. Calandra with speed, feeling a lot better after that knee-on-knee hit later in the first. Calandra with speed, trying to do a little move on Miller, but can't seem to get all of it as it's sent all the way down by Fortner. And Hinchey gives it to Wright Perry, but can't get all of it as the Patriots almost had an open net goal right there as Hinchey was far from his net trying to help out. As here's number 20, Hamilton for DBU, as Lafferty will give and go for Rutledge as it's sent all the way down. Canavan is there trying to wheel it out, but he has pressure. Finally, it gets out for the Patriots as Wright Perry's there to calm it down as 53 seconds left on the Jackson Miller 5-minute major. As Bratton will send it all the way down to Hinchey, who will calm it down. And we'll have a face-off in the mean green defensive zone. As North Texas has increased their shots plenty this period. But Dallas Baptist still leading with 23 shots to 16. As Bratton with a little shot, trying to get on the follow-up is Hamilton. Hamilton still with possession, but Reed's there to pick off. Avoids the hit, finds Eaton. Possible 3-on-2 forming. Eaton finds Snetsinger. Snetsinger with a shot. And Miller makes a clutch save as Snetsinger was trying to find that 5-hole again after his early goal a few minutes ago. As we'll see what they can do on this late power play. Snetsinger will win it to Demers, back to Reed. Demers with space. Can't seem to get all of the puck as goes all the way down. As comes to Snetsinger. Back to Demers, but couldn't find Ian cross eyes. Kruger's there. Finds Demers off the skate. Demers, slap shot. Pad saved by Miller. But there was no one on the follow-up rebound as a possible 2-on-1 forming as number 15, Miller. But the shot goes wide as he had Austin Hill on a possible pass. As Kruger sends that all the way down. Demers with speed, possible breakaway forming. If he can find Eaton, cross ice to Eaton. Eaton scores! Eric Eaton, second of the night on a sauce backhand pass from Demers. Makes this a 3-2 hockey game as Demers had time and space and had a backhand sauce to Ian, who always tries to do his best and always finds the back of the net, it seems, as that's his second of the night on that 2-on-0 goal with 14:55 left in the second period. Here's Canavan with time and space. Canavan will find his man, Perez. Perez will send it cross, dump in as Rutledge is there. He'll find Lamb. Lamb with speed. Lamb with Miller. They battle along as Perez is there. Back to Wright Perry, who sends it to Rutledge, who sends it deep. and it goes all the way down. Miller will calm it down for the Patriots. He finds his man of Perez. And they'll battle on the corner. Mean Green trying to get it out with pressure from Perez and all of them. As the puck finally squirts free and comes all the way back, Blakey will find his man of Miller. But the referee will whistle it down. As I believe it either was a hand pass or something of that nature, as we'll have a face-off back in the outside of the DBU, or I beg my pardon, Mean Green defensive zone. As number 20, Smith, will face off with Calandra, who wins it back to Reed. Reed finding Bailey. Canavan. They'll stop and start and find Miller. Goes all the way back to Venable, who will chip it deep. Calandra, who feels a lot better after that knee-on-knee late in the first. Bailey. Bailey with a shot. Tied of Miller. Calandra finds Lafferty out front. Little backhand on Miller on a blocker save. As here's Fortner. Fortner takes a shot, blocked by Reed, but Calandra just sends it out of the zone, as Calandra used to play for the Patriots hockey club, so he knows a lot of these guys. Is Lafferty with a shot, and that will go out of play. And we'll have face-off on the far dot in the Patriots zone. Snetzinger, who has the goal, the early second period goal this period, as Demir's trying the follow-up. Back to Snetzinger. Snetzinger with a little wraparound. Finds Eaton. Eaton scores! Eric Eaton with another on the board to make that his second of the night. Third of the night. After a great feed from Lucas Snetzinger, finding Eaton wide open with an open net. And that is a hat trick for Eric Eaton, which has had many hat tricks this season, but so far a hat trick, and it's only 12 minutes in the second. As Eaton is always a fun player to watch and has 3 on the board tonight, along with his players of Joey, Demirs, and Lucas Snetzinger. As here is Hill. Hill with a shot. And Hinchy will glove that down, as that whole line out there for North Texas has had goals and assists tonight, as they all are the top 3 performers for the Mean Green. As we'll have Calandra's line out there with Bailey and Lafferty. Calandra will win it back to Wright Perry, who wins the foot race against Barrett. And puck goes all the way down, and Miller will save it. And he'll come out. Here's Ledbetter. He'll find Perez. Perez with a little move on Hinchy, but couldn't seem to have all of it as they battle along. Here's Bailey and Ledbetter. And Calandra will chip it out. Here's Bailey. He gets tripped up, but one-on-one Bailey. Bailey will try to find his man, Lafferty. Lafferty with a shot, and it's blocked out front by number 24, Bratton, for the Patriots, as Lafferty is down, along with number 24, Derek Bratton, for the Patriots. And Lafferty seems to be holding one of his legs in pain, as Bratton will get up slowly, but seems to be all right. And Lafferty as well gets up in frustration, but seems to be all right. and both officials will discuss if players are going to be sent off or if it's 5-on-5 for both teams. As we'll have a face-off on the outside of the Patriots defensive zone with Rutledge, Davenlew, and Lamb out there, along with Smith on the draw. As Rutledge will lose it to the Patriots as Lamb will keep it in against Miller. Lamb trying to find Rutledge out front in front of Miller as Canavan is there. Here comes number 17, Fortner. Fortner with speed. We'll find Smith. Smith with shot. And it goes wide of Hinchy. As another shot by Miller. That's blocked by Kruger out front. Kruger will just try to ice it down, but it doesn't go all the way as Canavan will collect and wait with Davenlew on pressure. Canavan will flip it all the way down, and Kruger's there. Kruger will sauce it up for Lamb. Finds Rutledge, but Davenlew's there to help him out, and the puck hits the netting and will go out of play. And we'll have a face-off on the in front of the mean green bench as Stetzinger will win it back with pressure from Austin Hill. Goes back Canavan to Miller, D-to-D pass. Miller with speed. And here comes Hill down low. And he goes all the way back. Demers with speed, trying to find Eaton. Eaton makes a little move back to Demers. Demers with a little move. Has pressure from Canavan. Will spin off from that. Has two guys on him. Stetzinger will help out his man. And the Patriots come out on top as here's number 13, Beckett. And he gets checked off by Demers, but Stetzinger can't seem to keep it in. Stetzinger will chip it out, but an icing will be called as Ian believes he won that foot race, but it will be a face-off all the way down as Ian arguing heavily with officials. And we'll see where this face-off is being taken place, as I believe it's at center ice. As we'll have Stetzinger and Ledbetter on the face-off with a quick line change, but the official says it's too late as McLeod and Wright Perry have to stay on as the Patriots will win it back. Goes all the way down to Wright Perry, finds Stetzinger center ice. Stetzinger with a little stop and start. Has a goal tonight as McLeod will send it deep. Miller's there trying to save his man. Stetzinger with speed, though. Has two guys on him in the corner. Demers will help him out. A little move by Garcia. Garcia with speed. Ian checks him off. Ian will sauce it all the way down for his man, but it might be an icing on the play. It's not, as it sends all the way down for the Patriots to Ledbetter. Ledbetter. Shot. Almost a chest save by Hinchy, but it comes out as McLeod's there on the follow-up play. They get sent all the way down in a big hit, as the referee will call that, as Cunningham will, I believe, be sent to the box. And we'll see how many seconds is. That is a boarding call on Cunningham, who it is only a 2-minute call, as we'll see what the Patriots power play can do. After that was a pretty heavy hit by Cunningham on the DBU player. As here is number 24, Bratton for the Patriots. Little give and go with Hamilton. Hamilton with a shot and scored! Patriots goal. Hamilton off a little give and go from Derek Bratton. As that puck, I believe, just went a little below the glove of Hinchy. And it's now a 4-3 game with 8:51 left in the second period. And we'll have to see if the momentum has shifted for both squads or if DBU can possibly use something with this fuel. Here's number 20 for DBU. With speed, he takes a shot, and that's blocked by Kruger. That is Smith for DBU. Smith down low. Calandra hits him off. And Bailey's there on the near side. Kept in by Miller. Miller will wait, hold, turn, finds Smith. Smith with a shot and a sliding save by Clark Bailey as Canavan is there. And the puck gets sent all the way down in the mean green defensive zone as a little D-to-D between Reed and Kruger, who have been on the ice a lot tonight for UNT, as Stefan Kruger will flip it up from Miller, who will safely glove that and not risk anything. As a lot of the fans getting into it tonight. As number 9 for DBU, Buddy Barrett, will face off with Snetzinger. And Patriots win the draw. Number 15, Miller will try to get it out. He hits off Eaton with a big hit. Puck is still kept in the Patriots zone as Demers will find Eaton. Eaton with a little move. Eaton gets tripped up. And that is a hooking call on, I think, Garcia. As Ian had a little move, but got hooked up. We'd like to see what he could have done if it wasn't interfered. So we'll see a 5-on-4 power play for the Mean Green, with Snetzinger, Demers, and Ian out there, along with Kruger and Calandra, who will be on the point. Snetzinger loses it to the Patriots. That will hit off the netting and will restack and do another draw as Beckett and Snetzinger. Snetzinger will win this one as Demers finds Calandra. Calandra back to Demers. Demers holds, waits. With pressure, finds Calandra. Calandra loses it as number 14, Beckett. Beckett with a move around Kruger. Beckett with speed. Has no help as he's doing it all on his own, but Calandra is there. Calandra with a far pass. Snetzinger can't seem to get all of it, and Miller will calm it down to Canavan, but Kruger keeps it in. Ian will send it down to Snetzinger. Snetzinger trying to get it in, and it's a goal! I believe Eric Eaton scored that as the puck barely slipped past the goal line, and that'll be a Eric Eaton 4th goal of the night, as it looks like Snetzinger put that through, but Ian just poked it forward, and that it makes it a 5-3 game, as Eric Eaton, the Magic Man, has 4 goals tonight, as that was a power play goal. And it looks like Miller had that on the goal line, but it was poked forward and makes that a 5-3 hockey game after the Patriots goal a few minutes ago from Hamilton. So a little tie-up coming forward as here is number 17, Fortner. Fortner with speed. Fortner will stop and start, trying to get a goal for his hockey club. Sends it back to Miller, skips over a stick. The big man Lamb trying to chase him down, but Miller wins the foot race and goes all the way back on the opposite side as Hamilton will find number 20, Smith. They battle along and finally squirts free as it sends all the way down, and John Canavan will collect for the Patriots as he'll wait and holds and will it up, trying to find an open Smith, but goes all the way down to Henchy. And we'll have a face-off right in front of Henchy in the defensive zone, as it's been a very back and forth game so far with 6:11 left in the second period. But Eric Eaton has showed his magic with 4 goals on the night, and then we haven't even hit the third period yet. As Rutledge will win the draw back to McLeod, a little give and go with Perry. Perry trying to find something, but can't seem to find an open stick as Bratton will send it all the way deep, and we'll have another face-off, I believe, in the neutral zone. As Calandra's line is out there with Lafferty. Calandra, who had played formerly for the DBU Patriots and knows almost probably everyone on this team. So this is like a homecoming for him as we speak, as Lafferty trying to get it out. Goes back to McLeod. McLeod will chip it off the glass, and Brad will hold it up. Here comes Blakey. Blakey with speed, trying to find someone. Blakey with a shot. On the follow-up, scored! The Patriots, number 21, Fabian Perez with a goal. And that makes this a 5-4 hockey game, as Perez kind of got that little rebound from the shot from Anthony Blakey. And that makes us a 5-4 game with 5:35 left in the second period. As Stetzinger wins it, Kruger seemed to not be ready for it, as Demers will use his speed and collect. Ian kicks it forward, but no one was there. As this period has been very back and forth for both teams, as goals have been scored by different people for the Patriots, but Eric Ian has the majority of the goals for North Texas. Stetzinger will send it down, as Patriots will just chip it out, as Hill will try to chip it out, and finally, Ian's there. Possible 2-on-1 if they have time. Here's Stetzinger. He'll wait, hold, take a shot on Miller, but a quick little shoulder save by Miller. With speed, here's number 13, Beckett. Beckett will send it all the way down, as Barrett's there. Drop pass to 16, number 16 for DBU Garcia, who has an assist tonight, as here's Stetzinger. He'll battle along, trying to get it out. Lamb with pressure. Finally gets it deep, but North Texas trying to just get possession of it and hold with 4:21 left in the second. Cross-eyes pass, and Ian's there. Ian waits, holds. A little bit of a back check from Canavan as the puck goes all the way down for McLeod and his partner Perry. And a little tip from Rutledge, but it's sent to Miller, but he'll glove that down in safety. And we'll have a face-off in the DBU defensive zone, as Rutledge will go on the draw with Smith. To right Perry, he keeps it in barely. Back to Lamb. And Patriots trying to get it out as Canavan fighting off Lamb. Finally off the glass and all the way out as it's flipped. Past right Perry with pressure on Hamilton. He'll send it to his partner of McLeod. McLeod will try to chip that out. And it's sent forward right Perry, who seemed to lunge forward on number 17, Fortner, for the Patriots. And I strongly believe that is a tripping call on Wright Perry, who kind of seemed to fall down and use his body to slide. And it is a tripping call. So we'll see what the DBU Patriots power play can do. As they've been pretty solid tonight, but the Mean Green power play has been a little bit more consistent with goals on the power play. But we'll see if they can get one on the board and maybe make this a tied hockey game. As it goes back to Canavan. They'll send it to Ledbetter. Back to Canavan. Canavan with the shot. Ooh, a little pass from Hill. And faked out even me on that one as Hill was trying to calm it down. As Canavan looks like he was looking to shoot, but trying to find a backdoor Austin Hill on the net. So and we'll have Eaton coming off or talking to the official on that one. As 1:49 left in the Wright Perry penalty. Only like one chance for the Patriots is trying to get it out as McLeod, but it's kept in by Beckett. Send down, and Canavan will keep it in. Canavan with pressure from Bailey. Sends it back to Ledbetter to Canavan. Canavan with a shot out front. McLeod's there. And Ian tips that out as it was lunged forward from McLeod. Miller with pressure will send it. And Ledbetter with speed. He'll will it up. Ledbetter. And Stetzinger on the little poke. Ledbetter again. Trying to find a cross-ice shot. As there's Smith. Another follow-up play. As Hinchy will finally glove that down as the Patriots have had quite a bit of solid chances on this 2-minute tripping penalty. As they are hungry for a goal to make this a tied hockey game, and it's been a back-and-forth period. As it seems most of the time the Mean Green will be leading, and then the Patriots will score one, and then the Mean Green will get another one. As Ian's line out there. Ian will tie it up with number 20, Smith, for the Patriots. And here's number 17, Fortner. He'll find Hamilton. Finds his man on the point. And that shot hits the glass and high as Miller's there to calm it down. Back to Fortner. Fortner waits, holds, trying to find an open man. Gives it back to Hamilton on the point. Back and forth between the two. Hamilton with a shot. Blocked by Demers. And still kept alive by Smith. Blocked by Kruger, who finally gets it down after some strong pressure by the Patriots. And Bratton will lead the charge for the Patriots. He'll find Smith. Trying to find a cross-size pass to Miller, but that's picked off by the Patriots. As here's Fortner. Fortner will send it deep. He'll win the foot race against Reed. Back to Bratton. Bratton and Miller will play give and go. Trying to find a cross-size Hamilton, but Demers will pick it off if he can find a possible Eric Ian on a breakaway, trying to make 5 goals for the night. As I believe that is the most goals, or tied for the most goals he's had this season in a single game. As here's number 20, Smith. Avoids a hit, but will send it deep and get a line change. As it's 5-on-5 action for both teams now, with 1:08 left in the second period. If you're just joining us, this has been a very two-sided game for both hockey clubs. Is another opportunity, but Hinchy can't seem to glove that down and get a whistle. As Ian with space and time, but the puck barely squirts out of play, and he'll make a line change, and the Patriots will collect as Canavan will find Austin Hill. Hill with speed, but Calandra seemed to fight that off. Hill's still down, but seems to be fine with it. As Kruger will lead it up, find Bailey, but I believe that is an icing, as Bailey couldn't seem to find the chip on that. So We'll have a face-off back in the front of Hinchy on the near-sided defensive zone. So we'll see if what both teams can do with 26.7 left. As the Patriots will win it back, shot by Blakey, trying to find something out front, but wasn't strong enough. Has another shot out front, but Hinchy with a glove save and a little bit of extra activity between Kruger and a Patriots player. As this game has been offensive but also physical on both ends of the ice. And we'll have the top line for the Mean Green out there. With 16 seconds left in the second, we'll see what they can do with speed. Here's Demers. Demers and Eaton 2-on-2 with a back check. Demers with a move. Demers with a shot. And Miller with a clutch save late in the second, trying to get his first of the night. I see his mini assist so far, but all the goals have been scored by Eric Eaton and the lone goal by Lucas Stetzinger. As we'll see what they can do with this short amount of time. Stetzinger wins it back to Calandra, tries to do a pass, but it's not all the way out as Kruger takes a shot. And I don't think Calandra saw Blakey on the forecheck as the buzzer sounds, and we'll enter the third period with a 5-4 hockey game with 28 shots for your North Texas and 34 shots for the Dallas Baptist Patriots, as Eric Eaton secured 4 goals this period. We'll see if he can possibly reach 7 or 6 or something next period, as you never know what he can do on the ice, along with Lucas Stetzinger, who had a goal early in the first period, as this is UNT Hockey on YouTube. Welcome back into the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch, as it is a 5-4 hockey game with your UNT Mean Green leading after a very two-sided game in the second, as Eric Eaton, number 87 for the Mean Green, the Magic Man, has had 4 goals tonight, as he had 3 goals in the second and a goal in the first period, along with Lucas Snetzinger, who had a goal in the second. And we'll see what they can do in this period, as the Patriots were on them heavy late in the second as well. So we'll see what both squads can do in this last 20 minutes and see if it will become a tied hockey game with 5-5, or if the Mean Green can use their momentum and come out with a win on top of a Thursday night victory. As both teams play tomorrow night at 8:30 at the same place in the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch. And your North Texas Mean Green also play on Sunday night or Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. against the SMU Mustangs. And this game will not be played here. It will be played at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center in Allen. So that is at 10:30 a.m., and that is against SMU, who North Texas hasn't played yet this season. As we'll see what they can do against a very fierce competitor early in the morning of Sunday, as they play DBU again tomorrow night and SMU on Sunday. As tonight has been a very neck-and-neck game. As here is Miller for the Patriots. He'll find Canavan. Canavan will send it forward, and Wright Perry is there. Wright Perry trying to find Demers, but it's sent all the way down for Miller. Miller finds his man, and Ian will try to chip it out, and Canavan's there. And Wright Perry will collect, find Ian, find Lamb cross ice. Lamb's there. A little flip towards Miller, but that's an easy glove grab, and we'll have a face-off in the Patriots defensive zone. A little bit of extra work between Eaton and Smith, as Ian was a little bit frustrated after that little play. And Rutledge on the draw. Rutledge wins it back. Here's Fortner. Fortner can't get him all of it. There's Smith. Smith finds Hamilton, who sends it deep. And Hinchy will give it to Lamb. Lamb will find Rutledge. And they'll battle along. Here's number 20 for Bratton. Bratton with the shot. And they score! Derek Bratton has a goal after it hits off, I believe, the shin pad of Wright Perry. And squeaks past Hinchy. And that makes this a 5-5 tied hockey game with 18:25 only in the period. As that was a very lucky goal, as it was a point shot from Bratton, but hit off the shin pad of Wright Perry. And we'll see what the response is from the Mean Green, as Kruger will chip it out. Lamb's there. Lamb will try to chip it free, has space. Lamb uses his speed, finds Lafferty, but it's a little bit on his backhand. And a hit from Bratton, who has the lone goal this period, finds his partner of Garcia. Garcia with speed. And Lafferty is there. Lafferty will chip it to himself, and Bailey's down on the ice. But there's no whistle on the play, as he finally gets up, and they do call a whistle. As number 17 for the Patriots, Fortner will talk to the ref about what's going on, as Bailey seemed to have just been on the ice for some odd reason. And Snetzinger will take the draw with Eaton and Demirs behind him, along with Calandra on the point with Kruger. As we'll see what the top line for North Texas can do, as Ian has many goals tonight, and one of the Patriots players, I believe, is going to the box. Number 22, Everett Beavers, is going to the box, as now it is a 5-on-4. I don't know what the penalty was called on Beavers, but it is a 5-on-4 power play for North Texas. As Kruger keeps that in, he'll D to Calandra. Calandra finds down low Ian. Ian loses the puck, but it's a little bit of pressure from Miller in the corner. Ian collects, waits, holds, finds Snetsinger down low behind the goal line. Back to Ian. Ian with space. To Snetsinger down low. Snetsinger with a shot on Miller. Puck still free, and it gets sent all the way down, and Hinchy will calm that down for Kruger as they have time. Kruger wheels it up. Nobody on him. Make a little stick play and doing it all himself. Kruger. He'll wait, hold. Finds Eaton. Back to Kruger. Kruger with a fake slap. Back to Ian. Ian with time. Trying to find Sessinger out front. And Miller on the follow-up save. That was a great pass by Eric Ian through the legs of the Patriots defenseman, but Snetsinger couldn't seem to find the back of the net on Miller, who's been solid so far this period. And Snetsinger will lose the draw to Smith, and Canavan will ice it all the way down as Calandra trying to win the foot race with number 14, Austin Hill. And Kruger with pressure from Hill. Smith keeps it deep as we have 41 seconds left on the Beavers penalty as Eaton cross ice finds Joey Demirs. Demirs, little spin move back to Ian. Ian with many guys on him, and it's gloved down by Snetsinger. Back to Demirs. Still has time and space. Demirs with a little toe drag. Demirs with a shot, and couldn't get all of it as Hill will get it deep. McLeod back to right Perry. He'll find Ian cross ice, and he'll just chip it deep as this power play seems to go to an end, and Ian doesn't want to touch it up as it would have been a high sticking call, or a high stick, as McLeod will dump it deep, and Rutledge sends pressure as it's 5-on-5 now for both hockey clubs. McLeod chips it to Rutledge, gives it back to right Perry. They'll try to set it up and get speed as they go, as McLeod couldn't seem to get that forward as with pressure is the Patriots. Number 21, Perez, who has a goal tonight for them. Back to Miller. And he can't seem to get a shot off as it goes all the way back to Canavan, who sends it deep. Right Perry's there in the corner. Trying to find Rutledge cross ice, but finally gets the puck and it's sent all the way down. Canavan and his partner, Bratton, play D-to-D. As here's Ledbetter. Ledbetter with speed. Ledbetter with time. Shot scored! Patriots goal on Hinchy. Noah Ledbetter, as he had time and space on the top of center of the ice. And he had a little quick wrist shot goal, which makes this a 6-5 hockey game with 14:49 left in the third, as there is a lot of time for a lot of events to occur. And we'll see what Hooker's line can do out there as number 23 for the Mean Green, Colty, almost got tripped up. As Kruger with space, Kruger will chip it forward, and no icing will be called as it is safe. As Bratton will give it back to his man of Hill with speed. Here's Barrett. And a quick save by Hinchy. And Hinchy's been pretty solid so far, but DBU's had some quick shots that have squeaked by. And we'll have a face-off on the far defensive zone. As another shot, here's Kruger. Kruger will battle along the corner. Lamb trying to get out of his zone. Kruger finally just flips it out, and Bratton will get the puck from his goalie of Miller as Lamb keeps it in, gets hit off by Bratton. And Patriots having trouble trying to get it out, but they finally seem to find a way. Here's number 23, Hamilton. Hamilton with speed, stop and start. Hamilton with a shot. That's blocked by Lamb. On the follow-up is Smith with a shot. And a save by Hinchy as a little move by Barrett. Canavan trying to see if he could go up with that, but Lamb uses his speed as he dumps that deep as Garcia will make a pass to Hamilton. Cross ice trying to find a play, as that is an icing call on that. And we'll have a face-off in the Patriots defensive zone. As Stetzinger on the draw. Tied up, but Demers is there in the corner. As here is Garcia. Here's McLeod trying to get it out, and Canavan having trouble calming that down. Garcia. Here comes Hamilton. Hamilton will speed against Rye Perry. Hamilton with a shot, and Hinchy with that glove grab. Had a little trouble with it in the beginning, but gloved it down and wanted to cause the whistle. And we'll have the top line still out there for North Texas with Stetzinger as another shot. Quick shot by Hamilton, trying to get the attention of Hinchy. As both of these teams played late in October, and the Patriots won both of them pretty solid with a 9-1 victory in the first game and a 12-2 victory in the second. But so far tonight, it's been a very close game, as North Texas has been leading the game most of it, but the Patriots have had a lot of momentum this period on keeping the Mean Green on their toes, as they're leading with one goal with a 6-5 hockey game with 12:26 left in the third. As here is number 15 Miller, and that puck will hit the netting and go out of play. And we'll have a face-off right in front of Hinchy, as we have Calandra's line out there. He'll face off with number 20, Smith. He wins it back. Hamilton with a shot on the follow-up. Fortner. So there was an open net going. Hamilton down deep. Hamilton with a shot. And it was a wide open net, but Hinchy came forward, as that was a one-timer event by Hamilton, who was wide open on the face-off dot. Patriots trying to make this a 7-5 hockey game, as here is Smith. Smith with time and space, stops and starts, as he'll find Miller. Miller with the shot, blocked by Calandra. The puck is still kept in, as the referee calls that an offsides, as I guess the puck flipped and went out of play. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off with Lafferty and Smith on the draw. Smith will try to win it forward, but Reed's there. Here's Garcia, D-to-D to his partner of Miller, as here is Fortner trying to get it to Hamilton, but Hinchy will glove that down and calm it down, as there's still plenty of time remaining in the third period. As goals today by North Texas, 4 goals by Eric Eaton, who surpassed his hat trick and just wanted to top it off with a 4th, and Lucas Snetzinger, who had a goal early in the second. And here's number 6 for Dallas Baptist. That is Ledbetter with a shot. And North Texas still having trouble getting it out. Here's Venable. Venable in the corner. There's a little bit of time. We'll stop and start and spin away from Ledbetter. And Perez gets tripped up, and Miller has an unsuccessful attempt keeping that in, and they'll regroup as Garcia will flip that all the way deep. Reed's there. He'll rim it around as Calandra will try to find his man, but Blakey will send it deep. Both teams doing a good job of getting the puck deep and winning the foot races, as Venable has a lot of pressure on him as the puck is sent out deep as Garcia is there. Misses a check, and Bailey on the follow-up. Here's Lafferty. Lafferty with speed. Miller on him. And the net goes off its morning, and it did look like the puck may have almost went in, but the net went off just in time, which would have made this a tied hockey game apiece, as the shots 34-43, with DBU leading mostly of the game with shots, but a lot of opportunities on both sides of the ice, especially if you're just joining us just now. As Calandra will win that back. Here's Wright Perry with a shot that's blocked out front. And finally, DBU gets full possession, as here is Beckett. Here is Beckett. Beckett with a shot. And it goes all the way back to Brad Brown with a shot, as that is blocked by Rutledge. And Bratton will calm it down, as he's got a little bit of pressure from Rutledge. As Davinlou is on his man. Sends all the way to Beckett, who will send it deep. Wright Perry with pressure from Miller. Snetzinger out there trying to get it deep, but Patriots still keep it in with a quick shot from Austin Hill. Beckett will send it back deep, back to Hill. As Wright Perry will send it to Lamb, who has trouble getting out. Here's Beckett again. Beckett with a shot. Trying to find a tip out front possibly, but that's blocked down by Wright Perry. They still keep it in, as Garcia has done a good job tonight at keeping the puck in. Lamb will flip it out. Snetzinger trying to use his glove, but the puck is still in the mean green zone, as McLeod has a little bit of time, but just sends it forward. As the Patriots will just rim it around. Demir's trying to keep it in, but here's Beckett. Checked off by Demir's. Demir's with time and space. He'll send it to Kruger, and they'll try to calm it down, as the top line out there for the mean green. As Beckett will lose it to Ian. Snetzinger to Demir's. Demir's gets pushed off the puck as they battle on the goal line. Here's Snetzinger trying to find something out front, but Miller's on it. Puck finally squirts free, and here's the Patriots. Reed blocks that off. Possible breakaway from that would have been Hamilton, who has a early goal tonight for the Patriots. As the puck is rimmed all the way around, and Kruger will settle it down for North Texas. Gives it to his partner, Brant Reed. Reed will send it forward for Ian, who will just chip it deep. And here's Canavan. He'll send it all the way down, and no icing on the play, as Hinchy will play that, and Kruger will just send it all the way down. Here's Calandra trying to make a move. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton with space. Hamilton with a shot. And the net comes off again, as the net has been coming off on both sides of the ice. And We'll have a face-off in the Mean Green defensive zone with Lafferty's line out there. As most of the Patriots goals tonight have been by different players, as Hamilton has a goal tonight, along with Barrett, Garcia, and a few others, as most of the goals from the Mean Green have been only 2 players, surprisingly, as a little bit of extra activity, as Reed, I believe, and someone else are going at it. And I believe the referee is forcing both of them to get off the ice. That was number 21, Perez, and Brant Reed, who are getting sent to the box, as a lot of the fans getting into it. As I think that'll be a 4-on-4 for both squads. As I didn't see what exactly happened between both players, but one was on top of the other and they were throwing some punches. As it'll most likely be a 4-on-4 for at least 2 minutes, unless the referee wants to signal something a little bit more intense. As the referee will talk to head coach for the Mean Green, David Heaps, who is the new coach this season. So we'll see if it's a 4-on-4, as Lafferty's line looks like it's coming out, or possibly a 5-minute major, as William Kennard will go in the box, possibly to serve a 5-minute major on the Brant Reed penalty. As always, remember to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, along with on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe. As on Twitter, follow us at UNT Hockey, as well on Instagram at UNT Hockey, as we post all the time about upcoming games and schedule changes. And I believe it's a 2-minute penalty on Reed, with Kennard in the box serving, along with Reed in there, as we'll get to see a Patriots power play. As here's number 20, Smith, down low, trying to find Fortner out front, as Demers will have time and space. Can't seem to get it out, get all of it, as Fortner, the captain for the Dallas Baptist Patriots, Fortner trying to get it to his man of Smith, and it's sent almost all the way down, but Kruger's there. Here's Miller. Miller with time and space. Miller blocked by McLeod with a crucial block on this penalty kill for the Mean Green. Goes back to Blakey. Blakey has time down low. He'll find Fortner. Back to Blakey. Dishes it to Miller. To Bratton. Back to him. Scored! Jeremy Fortner, the captain of the DBU Patriots, scores and makes this a 7-5 hockey game, as that was a power play goal on that Brant Reed penalty, as Kennard was serving it. That was a little bit of give and go action down low for the DBU Patriots, who have came back from a little bit of a deficit early in the second, but have been on top of it this period. As Rutledge will win it back for McLeod. We'll see what North Texas can do, as a little bit of momentum. As here's Beckett. Beckett with a shot high and wide of Hinchy, as the Patriots still keeping it in, as they'll battle along. Here's Hill. Hill will fight off with Wright Perry. Here's number 9, Barrett, along with Beckett down low. Back to Barrett, trying to find someone out front as Hinchy comes all the way out, open net, as the referee finally blows it down, and a penalty is called, I believe, on the Patriots. I believe it was a tripping on McLeod in front of Hinchy, as that is number 14, Austin Hill, as it is a cross-check. And I think that was on McLeod out front in front of Hinchy. And we'll have some 4-on-4 or 4-on-4 action. 5-on-4 action for the Patriots, who have a 2-minute, or the Mean Green will have a 2-minute power play. There's a lot of penalties. But never mind, a 4-on-4. If Kruger comes out, it makes it a 5-on-4. As there's still 29 seconds left in the Kennard penalty, but I think Ian is discussing what the man situation is they already scored that goal, which should result in a 5-on-4 power play for the Mean Green. So a little bit of miscommunication there between the officials, as most of the time when someone scores the penalty is done, but on the score sheet or on the scoreboard it still shows 29 seconds left in the Kennard penalty. As it's finally taken off and the miscommunication is settled, as we'll have a 5-on-4 power play, as we'll see what the Mean Green can do in this time with 6:05 left in the third period. Demers and Calandra play a little back and forth. Back to Demers. Demers finds Snetsinger, scored! Snetsinger out front from a pass from Demers. And that makes this a 7-6 hockey game. And a power play goal, as that is Snetsinger's second of the night, after a great feed from Demers below the goal line. And Miller has been on top of it this period, but lets this one go in, as it's getting down to the wire with 5:57 seconds left in the third period, as DBU has reached 50 shots, and Mean Green still with 35 as the top unit out there for North Texas. Here's Wright Perry. We'll send it back to his partner of Kruger, trying to find possibly Ian on a breakaway attempt, as he'll send it to Snetzinger. Here comes DBU with a possible 3-on-1. DBU with a shot, number 20, Smith, but hits the shoulder of Hinchy. As Reed comes out of the box and will join his partner of Kruger, with Smith on the draw with Snetzinger. Top units for both teams out there as Kruger waits, holds, trying to find maybe Eaton and Demers on a possible 2-on-0, and the puck is sent deep. Here's Fortner. Fortner, who has one of the goals in this period for the Patriots, sends it to Smith. Fortner and Smith battle along. Snetzinger wins the puck battle. He'll send it forward. Here's Canavan with a great play, trying to not let the puck skip past him, but it's a little hand pass, and face-off will be sent all the way, or in the outside of the DBU defensive zone. As Lafferty on the draw, he's going up against Barrett. Barrett has a goal tonight for the Patriots on the score sheet, as McLeod plays give and go with Wright Perry. Here's Lafferty. Can't seem to keep it in, but Lafferty went it back to McLeod. Cloud with a little bit of time will sauce it to Calandra, but it's a little bit far in front of him. As here's Bratton. Bratton will send it in the far corner. McLeod's there. Deep to right Perry, who could have found Calandra, but Patriots caught on to the possible breakaway attempt. As here's Barrett. Barrett gets it back to his man. Rebound attempt. And the Patriots can't capitalize on that as Bailey is trying to lead it up. Picked off by the number 9, Barrett, for the Patriots. Here's Beckett. Beckett with space, time, shot, and a chest save on Hinchy as a little bit of extra stuff goes on between McLeod and Barrett. And I don't believe a penalty will be called on either sides of the ice, as I think Barrett just had an awkward fall in front of Hinchy, and we'll have a face-off with Lamb's line out there and Davenlou with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third period, getting down to the wire, as it is still a 7-6 lead for the Patriots, but the last goal was scored by Stetzinger on the draw. As here's Rutledge, maybe a 2-on-1 forming. Reese Rutledge with speed, has time. Davenlou with a shot, and it almost looks like a goal, as a lot of people were cheering, thinking it was going to go in, but Davenlou couldn't seem to squeak it by Miller. As here's Blakey. Blakey with space time with a shot. Another shot on Hinchy. As here's Venable. Venable with space and time. Venable will lead it up, but no one's on him. As an interference call, I believe it's called on Davenlou, which will be a 5-on-4 power play for 2 minutes for the Patriots, which is very unsettling time for the Mean Green. As Eaton's line out there with Demers. Smith will win it back. Here's number 5, Blakey. Blakey with time and space. Back to Bratton. Gives it to his partner of Miller. Miller with time. Miller with a shot. Great save blocked by Demers. Gets it to Fortner. Back to Smith. Smith below the goal line. Waits. Holds. Gives it back to Miller. Giving it to Blakey. Trying to find something out front. But Hinchy will save that down, and we'll have a line change for the Patriots. So we'll get their fresh guys out there. As 1:26 left on the Davenlou penalty. As it's getting close to the end, as Rutledge on the draw. Goes back to number 25, Canavan. Canavan with space. Gives it to Beckett. Beckett, backdoor. And the net comes off for Hinchy. And the Patriots had a possible backdoor look on that play on the power play, as Beckett was trying to find an open Ledbetter backdoor, but the net has came off multiple times this period, along with most of the game. As Ledbetter and Rutledge on the draw. Ledbetter win it back. Canavan send it to his buddy of Barrett, as Bailey trying to get it out, and successful, as Patriots still have possession. Here comes Hill. Hill with a slap shot. Goes way wide from Hinchy, and Patriots still have possession with 50 seconds left in the power play. Here's Canavan. Space, time, shot. Blocked out front. Here's another shot by Beckett on the follow-up, as Hinchy is down. And here's Barrett to Canavan. Down low. Here's Beckett, back to Canavan, back to Beckett. Doesn't get all of it, back to Beckett. Beckett with a shot, blocked. Back to Canavan. Canavan waits, patient with it. Trying to find a backdoor Beckett, but it's a little bit far in front of him as Ledbetter will keep that in. And 4 seconds left on the power play when Davenlu comes out. As another shot goes wide. Davenlu out of the box, 5-on-5 for 1 minute and 28 seconds. As Canavan keeps that in barely by a stick. A shot, it's blocked, but Patriots still possession, trying to find something down low. Canavan with a shot, and Hinchy finally gloves that down as many players on the ice. As 1:17 left, I think that possibly a timeout might be called for North Texas to kind of settle things down, as Patriots now have 57 shots on the night, with Mean Green having 36 shots. As tomorrow night, your Mean Green North Texas will play Dallas Baptist again at 8:30, the same rink at the Children's Health Star Center. We'll see what both teams will bring to the table on a Friday night matchup. As in the past, these two teams have met and played, and the outcome has looked a lot different than it has tonight. As both games, Mean Green has played against DBU. They have lost heavily and not put goals on the score sheet. But tonight it's been a little bit different with 6 goals on the board, with Lucas Snetzinger having 2 and Eric Eaton having 4 goals, which I believe is tied for his most early in the season. Eric Eaton had 4 goals on one of the games, but we'll see what he can do, the Magic Man, with 1 minute and 17 seconds left. And we'll see what the Patriots can do, if they can keep this lead or if something bad's about to happen. As Snetzinger on the draw with Smith. His draw is crucial, so Smith will win it to Hamilton. Hamilton with a little bit of time, Snetzinger on him. Hamilton, Reed on him. In the corner, they battle for it. Hamilton, Snetzinger down there. And Snetzinger comes out free. 1 minute left in the third. Snetzinger will chip it to Ian, but it's picked off by Smith. Smith with space and time, trying to go around Reed. He does, takes a shot on Hinchy. And it's tossed forward for Ian, but can't get everything on it as Bratton will calm it down. Demir's trying to get something of it, but Bratton still has possession. He'll flip it forward. And here's Smith as it goes past the feet of Kruger. Smith takes a shot on Hinchy. And quick save by him as only 33 seconds left. The Mean Green trying to get the puck as deep as they can, as fast as they can, to try to have an odd man rush as Kruger will send it. Canavan predicted the play as Kruger's there. Kruger with a little bit of time and space. Goalie is pulled for Mean Green as the Patriots will just send it down. Mean Green will play a little back and forth as they have 6 players on the ice. Snetzinger will get hit off by Smith. Ian down low in the corner, 5 seconds left. And they all battle for it, trying to start something. And it's a 7-6 win for Dallas Baptist, and a frustrating win or loss for North Texas, as most of the game they were leading, but a little bit of extra work with Calandra and his former club, along with Demirs and Ian down there in the corner, as a frustrating loss for the Mean Green, who were up most of the game, but the Patriots had a lot of speed and momentum going in the third and changed the way of this game this period, as both teams will see what they can bring tomorrow night. We'll see if it's a different outcome or if it's about the same, but the Mean Green with a solid effort just couldn't capitalize and ran out of time in the third period. But we'll see what they can do in the two games they have this weekend. DBU tomorrow and Sunday at 10:30 a.m. against SMU. Come out to that. If not, make sure to watch us on UNT Hockey on YouTube. As always, follow us on Instagram at UNT Hockey and Twitter at UNT Hockey. And we'll keep you updated on schedule changes, players, and upcoming games, as it is a 7-6 Dallas Baptist victory. And this is UNT Hockey on YouTube.